Baqarah Ayat 11. وَإِذَا قِيلَ لَهُمْ لَا تُفْسِدُوا فِي الْأَرْضِ قَالُوا إِنَّمَا نَحْنُ مُصْلِحُونَ. Translation: And when it is said to them, do not cause corruption on the earth, they say, we are but reformers. Word to word translation: وَإِذَا, and when, Kila, it is said, lahum, to them, la, not, tufsidu, cause corruption, fi, in, earth, the earth, kalu, they say, innama, indeed we are only, nahnu, we, muslihun, reformer. Explanation of this ayat: in this verse, Allah described the attitude of certain group of people who, when advised not to cause corruption on the earth, respond by claiming to be reformers. This verse highlights the deceptive natures of their action and their attempt to justify wrongdoing under the guise of righteousness. The phrase "do not cause corruptions on the earth" encompasses various forms of mischief and wrongdoing, including injustice, oppression, violence, and dishonesty. It is a commandment from Allah to maintain peace, justice, and harmony in society. The response of these individuals, "we are but reformers," reflect their arrogance and self-righteousness. Instead of acknowledging their wrongdoing and repenting, they justify their action by claiming to be working for the betterment of society. This attitude stemmed from their refusal to accept accountability and their desire to maintain their status and power. However, their claim to be reformer is merely a facade, and their action contradict the principle of true reform. True reforms include promoting justice, equality, and righteousness. While these individuals engage in corruption and oppression, their arrogance blinds them from recognizing the harm they cause to society and the displeasure of Allah. Example from Quran. An example from the Quran that illustrate the theme of corruptions and false claim of righteousness is the story of people of Ad mentioned in Surah Hud. The people of Ad were known for their strength and power, but they also engaged in arrogance and wrongdoing. When Prophet Hud warned them against their transgressions and called them to worship Allah alone, they responded in defiance and claimed to be on the path of guidance. However, their arrogance and disobedience led to their destructions, as Allah sent a severe punishment upon them for their refusal to heed the warning. Another example of this attitude can be found in the story of Qarun mentioned in Surah Al-Qasas. Qarun was a wealthy man among the people of Moses who amassed great wealth through unjust means. When advised to use his wealth for good and not to cause corruption on earth, he responded arrogantly, claiming that his wealth was the result of his own knowledge and effort and that he was deserving of it. However, his arrogance and refusal to heed the warning led to his downfall, as Allah caused the earth to swallow him and his treasure as a punishment for his arrogance and corruption. Conclusion of this ayat: in conclusion, the 11th verse of Surah Al-Baqarah serves as a profound reminder for believers to remain vigilant against the deceptive acts of those who claim righteousness while engaging in corruption and wrongdoing. It urges us to uphold the value of justice, honesty, and accountability in all aspects of our life, and to strive for the positive change in our communities. By recognizing the true essence of reform and adhering to the guidance of Allah, we can contribute to building a society characterized by peace, righteousness, and prosperity. It also emphasizes the importance of humility, accountability before Allah, as true reform can only be achieved through sincerity and adherence to His guidance. This verse also serves as a reminder for believers to be wary of individuals who use rhetorics to justify their action, especially when those actions lead to corruption and harm in society. It teaches us the importance of discernment and critical thinking, as well as need to hold ourselves and others accountable for our deeds. Furthermore, the verse underscores the principle that true reform can only be achieved through sincerity and obedience to Allah's commandment. It highlights the contrast between those who claim to be reformer for their own selfish motive and those who genuinely strive to promote goodness and righteousness in the society. In broader sense, this verse also shed light on the concept of social responsibility in Islam. Muslims are encouraged to actively participate in effort to promote justice, alleviate suffering, and uphold moral values in their community. This includes speaking out against injustice and corruption, as well as actively work toward the positive change.